Hey, what's up everybody? Ramey here, and today we're talking about a little do-it-yourself gym hack that you can maybe use with some equipment you have, and that is back hyperextensions on an incline bench. Really? You can do back hyperextensions on an incline? Yeah, you can. So I'm going to kind of show you how I do it, and maybe the first step is for me to just show you me doing it, and then I'm going to talk about advantages, disadvantages, and what to look for in a bench if you're going to do it. I also talk about my bench specifically so that you can kind of get a feel. But first step, let me show you me doing it first. All right, so as you can see, got my bench set up right here. I got it set at 30 degrees. I could set it at 15, 45, really whatever I wanted to. This bench holds 1,000 pounds. I'm going to put my feet right in the little groove here, and I am going to do a back hyperextension. I'm just going to do one as an example so y'all can see. And that's it. That simple. I can actually do a back hyperextension from my bench. So let me talk about doing this, what it feels like, what the advantages, disadvantages of this are, and if you were buying a incline bench or have one, how to kind of make this happen. All right, so the first thing, this is a Rep 5100 bench. This is a very high quality bench, $500 bench. It also weighs about 90, 95 pounds, so it's not light. This bench also has 4 legs. It does not have a single, like in the front, like the single post. It does have 4 legs. And as I said, it holds 1,000 pounds. So the advantage to doing this is that it is a great hack. In my opinion, it works just as well as one of the cheap, $150, $200 hyperextension machines, like the fold-up ones that you're going to buy. Clearly, it's not as comfortable as nice as a GHD machine that you're going to buy, like a nice, comfortable one. So let's talk about some of the disadvantages and things to look out for if you were going to do this. So the first thing is that this is a pretty thick pad. It's a nice pad, so this is pretty comfortable. I don't feel any weird pressure on myself or anything like that, but if I had a cheap bench, this would probably be pretty uncomfortable and I probably wouldn't really like it. The other thing is that this bench seems to fit my body type really well. I'm 6 foot, I weigh 170 pounds. If I was a big guy, 225 and pretty wide, I'm a smaller guy, if I was pretty wide, this bench might not be wide enough to really support me when I'm doing this. Also, if I had really short legs, it may be too long for me. Or if I'm really tall, it may be too tall. You almost have to try it on your bench to see if it's going to work for you. The other thing is that if you are bigger, heavier, I only weigh 170, so if you're 225, you might be concerned about the bench tipping over while you're actually on it. You're probably going to want to throw a nice 45-pound plate on your seat or on your legs to make sure that it's going to work. And on the legs, as I mentioned, the single post versus I have the 4 legs on this bench. If you had a single post bench, this may not work too well. You may tilt a little bit. It may tip over. It can actually be kind of dangerous, and that's where you're going to want to actually purchase a machine. Otherwise, it's if you have a bench like this that supports your weight and fits you, it's a really great way to burn off, work the back and glutes and stuff with hyperextension. It's a great exercise. I do it when I squat and deadlift, kind of at the end when I do my abs, part of my core stuff. I burn out with sets of hyperextension. I have no reason to buy a machine. This works perfectly well enough for me to do the exercise. It's not weird, it's not uncomfortable, it's not really a weird hack, it just works on the adjustable bench. But you really have to, I can't say it would work for everyone, even on this bench. You really need to try it on your bench to see if it's stable enough, make sure it's going to support your weight, make sure it's not going to tip over. Think about those hacks for putting weight on the back so it doesn't tip over if you're concerned about that. But yeah, it's a great hack, something to try. Give it a try. I'd love to hear if y'all have tried this before, how it worked on your bench or how it didn't work at all. But let me know later on.